Hello, everybody. How's it going this evening? How's my peoples doing? Come on, yes, it's one. How's it going, you all? How's it going? I haven't had a chance to see you all week, so it's a blessing to be able to be here. Been tired, been running around, but definitely been a blessing. So how's it going with everybody? Let me know. Somebody let me know they can see me. Y'all know how it is in Haiti, so we want to just verify some stuff. And tonight, you all, I'm praying we have a great show. So as you come in, please share the live with others so that others can join. Please interact. And I know you all have checked out the title. How are Haitians really treated? We have a guest on the live tonight, so I want you all to welcome them and let's warm them up to life in Haiti. Show them what we all about. I hope everybody's been having a good week too, and that everything's going well. One Alex, hi hun, checking in. Thank you so very much. How's it going? Hello, how's it going, my brother? Come
Hey,
on,
how
yeah.
you? Yeah, I'm from. How you guys doing? I was listening to you, saying hi to the people, and I just want to say hi to everybody. Yeah.
That's right, my brother. So, just to warm up a little bit, please introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know, a little bit about you. You all kindly share the live with other people. Share the news. Let them know life in Haiti is live, you all. And please get those like up that help with algorithms to continue to have YouTube push this channel. So share the live, you all, so I can continue to bring interesting away so much from the negativity, give us a mix of everything. So, my brother, introduce yourself to the audience.
All right. My name is Sauvenson, and I live in Dominican Republic. I was born and raised in Haiti, and I'm here to actually share, some stuff about Dominican Republic and Haiti. The differences and what to expect when you come into the DR and how the Haitians are being treated in Dominican Republic. And if you guys have any
Mm.
questions,
So,
you guys can ask me. Yeah.
okay. So, one of the things I always ask, okay, because I love it when I see a Haitian brother intelligent, doing good and doing and supporting positivity. Okay. Let
Yeah.
me ask, have you traveled outside of Haiti? Like
Never.
further
Never did.
than PR?
No,
No?
never been to any other country than Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Okay, so Haiti is the furthest between Haiti and DR is the furthest you've been.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you all because I really don't know, okay? This is not script. So I want to know, where did you learn your English? How did you, I mean, I'm always asking this question because you
Yeah.
speak great English. Where did you
Yeah.
learn it?
I learned English by myself. I started learning English when I was 14 years old, 13 or 14 years old. I used to listen to some music, American music, and I never really knew what they were saying. And I was like, you know what, I need to learn and know what they saying in this music. So, I took the decision to learn, and then now I'm
That's
24 right now.
right.
I'm 24 years old, and I have, let's say 10 years speaking English now. A good 10 years.
What?
Yeah.
Big ups, my brother. You're doing great. Now, tell us a little bit. Uh, what is the asset that speaking English have given you in DR? You can elaborate a little bit. How did you get from Haiti to DR?
Yeah. I remember when I was 19. I was 19 years old, and my sister, she told me that, so Vincent, you could go to the DR and try to find a job in Dominican Republic since I speak a little English. And back then, my English was not really that good. I used to communicate with people, but it wasn't really that fluent. So she, I did my paper, my passport, and everything. I came here in New York, and I started working, at a call center. So that's when I kind of like know what my English is, what I could do with it. When I was in Haiti, I used to actually speak with people, but I never really made money speaking English. So when I came to New York, that's when I started learning different things, and I see that I could make money with the language. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. That's what's up. And I'm pretty sure speaking English have opened many doors for you in DR, right?
A lot of doors, yeah, a lot of doors. I'm able to pay my
Okay.
bills, do a
So,
lot of things.
so one of the biggest reason for having you on the show is with so much going on in our country, right? You all please share the live with others. And as you come in, kindly give the live a like. And if you have any questions, please be sure to share it with them. Share it with us so we can get some more questions, asked to our guests. So one of the things that's going on in this country is the fact that a lot of people want to leave Haiti, right? And many of them, they're leaving Haiti without education, without speaking English. Can you give a lot of the people a little advice on what they will be expecting the road ahead?
Yes, that's something I really wanted to talk about. When you live in your country, it's not just the Dominican Republic. You want to make sure that you have something. When I say something, it's not just the English, anything, any education you have, anything you've learned, it's really going to be important for you to work, to be treated right in the country. Because when you're not working in the country, they don't see you as, let's say, a resident, a real resident. Because like here in Dior, when you go to work, you have papers, you paying bills, you're doing things. But if you're not working, certain stuff you cannot do. And when you live in Haiti, it will actually be good that you have something. If you are an electrician, anything you do, constructions, if you do like computer, like if you coding, anything you do, it would be really important for you to come with that in that other country you're going to, you know.
So thank you too for sharing that information. One of the main things, and I will definitely be visiting you in DR hopefully soon, okay? Visiting
Hmm.
DR. And I hear so much about DR, and I have a few friends that's in DR that's visited, and I hear different stories, yet some of them just keep it real and say, yes, this is true. How do you see Haitians that don't speak English? How do you see them being embraced? How are they being treated there? Is there a difference in how they are treated?
Yes, that's something that I wanted to talk about as well. Where like when you, let's say you do not speak English, but you are working, right? You doing something. When you're doing something, they kind of like see you differently. But if you're not doing anything, you're not working and stuff, they kind of treat you kind of bad. Because if you're not working, sometimes you cannot really buy certain stuff, certain you know uh, clothes, and you're not really, you don't really have money. So when you speak English now, they kind of feel like you from the U.S. sometimes. When I'm actually outside and I'm speaking to the people, and they sometimes they feel like you're not Haitian. They might tell you, "Oh, you don't look Haitian because of the way you treat yourself, because of the money you have. You're able to actually buy stuff. Doing stuff. They feel like you're different because thing is, what they see is that the Haitians are people that don't have money. That's what they have in their mind.
Hmm.
When they talk about Haitians, sometimes they feel like people that don't have money, you know, people that don't this and that. But it's not all of them though. But people, Dominicans that go to school, they think differently than the others. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm,
Can you hear me?
mm. Manuel Impress, Haitian Impress. How's it going tonight? Yo dis, pou nou, where is the Creole? Pou nou bounce Creole, oui. Uh,
Non, pas un problème à
yo
l'école.
bezon di Creole, est-ce que toujou pale Creole?
Ba l'école moi bien, l'école moi lek.
Entende mwen frère?
Oui, nous sommes pas l'école moi bien, l'école moi lek. Ba l'école moi
Ou
bien.
toujou pale Creole?
Oui, oui.
Creole la toujou kler, Creole la son bagay ki nan son,
Ba ka bli
bel
l'école là.
bagay. So, tan zan tan, nou konen nou gen an pil Haitien ki sipote Life in Haiti, e lò se Haitien tou mkajou, se sa ki telman akouraje mwen pou travay avek nou, pou nou ka ede plis jenes an Haiti, ki Haitien pou continue to lift up Haiti name to its highest so that the whole world can know about
Hello, Mary. Can you hear me? Mary. Seems like she. Hello, Mary. Can you hear me?
okay, okay, okay. I'm back. How's
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. Ooh, we got a third guest. I'm
Mm-hmm.
back. I do apologize. My internet sometimes messes up, but
Okay.
please let me know what you were saying before we were interrupted.
We were basically talking about the
Tezi de
people wanna
nabay
talk
moun yo Creole,
Creole.
nabay moun yo Creole.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Mta di kosa ke yon pi gro bagay ke mwen fè nan Life in Haiti, mwen
Mm-hmm.
remen ap ti kote jenes Haitien nan tout peyi, tout kote, paske Haiti se pou Haitien tout an, tout kote. Se verite. Même
Mm-hmm.
côté nous vivons, nous chercher la vie, c'est nous-mêmes qui représentons Haïti. So you all, Haiti belongs to Haitians all the time, everywhere. So I love supporting Haitians, even though I welcome everybody on the stage to Life in Haiti to get to know our culture and we talk about various different things. So you mentioned, my brother, that a lot of Haitians get treated a certain way because either how they're dressed, they're unable to purchase this, they're unable to purchase that. Let me ask how easy it is for a lot of Haitians that cross the border to get their papers to be able to do that. Because I hear there's a lot of illegal Haitians in Haiti or expired visa. How difficult it is to get the passport to get legalized.
That's one thing, when you come to DR with your passport and you're trying to get a residence here, it's going to be really hard. Sometimes you have to buy it. Sometimes they sell it to you. Depends on how much money you have. Which most, Haitian that come here to get a job to live, and sometimes they don't have that much money. They don't even have the passport, and it's really hard for them. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say somebody that have a passport,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to have the residence, it's going to take time. It's not going to be easy. So so in Dior now, there is something that they used to do to kind of like give the Haitians papers. That was back in 2016, 15, when President Mateli, right? Mateli was the president back then, and we used to actually get the residence, but now they stopped that. So it's no way that you could really get a residence here. It's really hard. That's why when you trying to get a job, sometime they will ask you for your residence because they know you need that to work, but they don't give it. You know, so you basically a tourist when you're in New York with your passport. You're not a resident. So if you're living here with passport, every month you should go to Haiti and come back, check in and check out, right? Because if you stay here after 2 3 months, you do not check out and checking back, they can send you back to
So,
Haiti.
mhm,
You get it?
that's the penalty for it. You get some back to Haiti. Now, let me ask, and I mean maybe it's my Haitian side being a little biased, but is this rule applied mostly to Haitians? Do you see it being applied mostly to Haitians living in DR?
Yes, it's applied to Haitians that have passport. Let's say Haitians that have passport, they didn't really get the chance to have the residence. If you have a passport, you have visa on it, and then you pass the 2 3 months, and you do not check out and check in back, they
Mm,
can send you back. Even if you have a visa, they can send you back.
even if you have a visa.
Yeah.
So, would you suggest it's a good move for a Haitian person to move to DR? Because I mean, and I'm not being biased, and maybe I am. So you all drop me a comment below and let me know what is your life personally like living in DR. Do you have to actually come back and forth, or are you now a resident?
I actually have to come back and forth, to make sure that my papers are right. And the thing with me is, I started in DR. A certain, possibility I have to kind of like stay in the country, you know. But a Haitian that came here just to work and they didn't really go to school in DR, it's kind of hard for them to stay in the country because they will ask you certain papers, you know. So
Hmm.
I stay here. I work here. I work from home. I used to actually work, at the call center, but now I basically work from home at my house. That's what I do to stay.
Hmm. So, a Haitian person, you being an asset to their economy, you could never be legal. Is there a clause where if you se sont mariés avec une nan moun yo, yo ka bon papye pou fè pitit, pou konen Chili di ou fè pitit, anpil moun, mesdames yo, jen gason yo chacho moun yo fon pitit. I know in Chile they say if you have a child there, then they give you paperwork there. So is there outlet for Haitian people
Yes,
outside
if
of
you
getting yourself a baby?
Yeah, if you have a Dominican wife, they will give you, the paper. That way you could stay in the country. It's a lot of Haitian that have the paper here. But now, like now, 2020, 2021, and we don't have the residence process now, which is hard. There's no way you could get a residence now if you're not paying a lot of money to buy it. Because you could get, some lawyer that could do it for you, but you have to pay a lot of money to get that.
Mm. So one Alex. Okay, if I'm mispronouncing the name, please forgive me. And for all my peoples, welcome, Mr. Steele, Miss K, Linda B, Asian Express, Arlene, everyone, you are welcome and welcome to the show. And for everyone who is your first time visiting Life in Haiti, be sure you are to push that subscribe button and continue to push Life in Haiti and check out some of the old videos to really see exactly what Life in Haiti stands for and what we represent in Haiti. One 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 Alex says, I have many friends in the Dominican Republic. They are much better off than if they were in Haiti. And I do believe that. I kind of can elaborate on that, but why do you think you're so that you are so much better off in DR than in Haiti?
And to answer to Alex, and that's true, it's a lot of Haitian here, they have money, they have businesses, they have, a lot going on here, Um, DR is basically, DR has opened a lot of doors for me, coming to DR, it opened a lot of doors for me. So I'll say that the fact that I'm able to work, I'm able to, do learn a lot of things here in DR.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, I love it. I love being here, but at the same time, I feel bad sometimes. To see how, where like you see a Dominican, they tell you that you don't look Haitian. Sometimes it's kind of bad to see. Just because you don't have that much money, you don't look money. They tell you don't look Haitian. You don't look Haitian or you're not
I don't
Haitian.
miss that why I
Yeah, so it's kind of bad. But other than that, Dominican Republic has opened a lot of doors for me.
You know what gets me, right? Is that so many people embrace Haiti as we are so poor. And it's sad because I would say the majority of our country fits that bracket. That's just realistically speaking. But for you to think that Haiti is poor, you are delusional. You have not been to some of the, I mean, you have not been to Haiti because Haiti have all these like big, great, awesome homes where it's just really not fair and it doesn't trickle down. But they got it twisted to think that we are a poor country. I do believe it has a lot to do with the media and a lot of the ways that our leaders lead this country, the way they lead this country. Personally, I would love to visit DR, yet I definitely dislike the discrimination towards our Haitian people. I want to tell you, is that does that discrimination trickle down to like how does officers interact with Haitians? I mean,
That's
I've heard many stories there how rough and mean and ugly they are towards Haitian people. Um, how is that there as far as the criminal justice system?
I'll say it's kind of bad for Haitians sometimes. Let's say you have a car and you driving around, and sometimes when they see that you Haitian, they just stop you because they automatically think that you don't have paper. You know, and it's kind of bad.
Mm.
Like the same with because most Haitian here don't have the residence. They know you don't have a residence. Not a lot of us have the residence. When you in your car, sometimes they can stop you and ask you for your papers. Sometimes if you don't speak the language, they going to treat you somehow that you would not like for someone to treat you like that. And it's kind of bad.
Do,
It's kind of bad.
is that something like the law in New York? You think what is that stop and freeze or whatever, and it's applied a lot to minority communities because isn't that in a way a major setup towards Haitians living there when automatically the rule lets you know that just because you are Haitian that this is what it is.
I'll
You
say
don't
I'll
think
say
that that's kind of already setting Haitian?
I'll say that it's for the Dominicans too. But if you Haitian, they put more pressure on you because remember when I told you about the passport visa situation, because you could have a car and you have a passport, but now you need to keep checking it out, right? So when they stop you, they automatically think, okay, he probably didn't check him back. So we're going to check him and see if he has a residence or not. They put more pressure on Haitian. But if you're American now, and you in your car, you know, you driving is different because Americans or like other,
Yeah.
like let's say Russians and people from France, and but Haitian, let's just say Haitian, it's a difference. Other people, they don't do that to them because as soon as they put their passport up, like show them their ID, and it doesn't say Haiti, they don't let them go. Yeah.
Wow. So JP Ball says if you're a burden to any society, the natives will view you in a positive light. The negative light, I don't know. As I
Mm.
always said, it's all about the money all of the time, all about the money. So an American can be embraced regardless of what it is, but a normal Haitian, we don't have a place because of the fact that you don't, money's not what we are known to have. So that is really what it's about.
Mhm.
It's all about money, right?
It's all about money. If you have money as a Haitian, let's say you Haitian, right? Like I said, you Haitian, you have money, you have everything, you look, amazing, like the money, they see the money. When they see the money, they going to treat you differently. Can you hear me?
Ooh, so when okay, now I'm gonna take this somewhere, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when they say you don't look Haitian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever ask what do you mean by that? Do you ever
I get
ask
off-
what do you
I
mean
get
by that?
offended. I get offended by that. When a Dominican say you don't look Haitian, to me it's like, okay, what does Haitian look like? I'm Haitian, and I was born and raised in Haiti. So the thing is, when they say you don't look Haitian, is more like, okay, you smelling good, clothes you wearing and stuff. Because most of the Haitians that come here, they work constructions. They kind of like, see you like, okay,
Hmm.
well, you. How can I put this? I don't want to say it the wrong way, and you guys think it's bad. So it's kind of like the image they have, about Haiti, like what they post on the social media about Haitians. That's what they see. They don't see Haitians looking good, Haitians with education. They don't see that. You know.
Wow. Mm.
Hmm.
Valium says, my question for the guest is, what would you have the job paying the amount of money if you did not speak English?
Uh, Now, if you do not speak English, you wouldn't really get the job at all because the job is just English. You need to speak English. You know.
So English is really what got you the job that you have. So it's a blessing you speak English. So we got some comments here.
Hmm.
JP Ball says Dominican Republic is one of the few countries that allow any Haitians with a visa to travel to work, live in dignity, which they don't offer in their own country, Haiti. Mm, um, we can say that it does offer security. I want to share with you. I have some people that are right now in DR, and they're telling me they're having to hide all day because they don't have paperwork. Is that something that is known to, like, if you don't have paperwork, what do they do to those type of people? Is that true? You have to hide?
Yeah. To answer to one of the things that the other guy said, about when you come here you able to work with no paper and stuff. Before before, yes, Haitians used to come here, they work and do stuff, but then now it's different. It's really different. You need to have a visa at least, and you need to keep checking it out to actually work here.
Trigger 24 says Haitian in DR get free health care. The women give birth for free. The children get free food, free books, free uniforms, free meals, breakfast, lunch, and a snack. But Haitians are ungrateful. And there's always the up and there's always the good side and the bad side. Honestly, that's what breaks my heart is the fact that many Haitians not only get mistreated in their own country, but they are also discriminated against when they go in other countries. That is just sad. You asking when will somebody say a word for us? When are we gonna work on fixing our own house so we can stop taking our problems back there? Like you an asset to Haiti. What are we going to do to draw you back? We are asset to our country. You could be doing what you are doing in Haiti for a Haitian company, you know?
Definitely,
And
definitely.
look, yeah. JP Boss says English isn't the only factor. You come with money, you will be treated with respect. That's very true. Very true.
That is true. That is true.
Kay Miller says free light. Hit it up. Hit the like button, you all. Please hit the like button and definitely share the live with others as you come in to join us. We are on a discussion how are Haitians really, really treated in the DR. Now, I am told too that there's a certain community which they set apart for Haitians. Have you ever been there?
Being so what? I'm sorry.
They have a community which is set apart that like Toku son pila haïtien simplement. Toku un petit little Haiti, Miami, on comprend haïtien au fond petit pack
Yeah,
et puis
yeah.
c'est Toku c'est là yo mette haïtien simplement.
E pa kom si se la ou mette Haitien, nan kom si gen kote nan Saint-Domingue, right? Kom si gan pil Haitien la. Kom si gon zon, gen de zon ki gan pil Haitien ke Dominican, men gen Dominican la tou. Kompren? Like there is a place in Punta Cana. It's called Friusa. It's called Friusa. It's a lot of Haitians over there. Yeah.
Mm. Stallion says you have to find an attorney there to pay off imagination to get your papers.
Of course. That's
Money
the
talk
same thing I
is
was talking
crazy
about.
because
Yeah.
even in Haiti, yes,
Yeah. That's the same thing.
whenever you don't can't do something, all of a sudden when you say, "Hey, get some dollar making about we now we have tout solve." So now one of the subjects. Hold on, let me get some more of my people. JP Boss says any tech win can get a visa to go to DR. The government gave amnesty to all foreigners a few years back, but some Haitians had difficulties because Haiti had a backlog. Thing about it is, whenever they're offering amnesty, so many Haitians apply. I think it can easily scare off other countries' immigration, system. That chick, Jersey girl, how's it going, my sister? People born in the DR from Haitian parents are not considered Dominican. Wow, I
That's
was
true.
thinking to mention that. You mentioned it. That chick, Jersey girl. So let me tell you, you know my story. I was recently deported back to Haiti, right?
Yes,
And
I
on the
know.
plane, there was 11 girls. And five of those girls had never stepped foot in Haiti. They knew nothing about Haiti. They were born in DR. Parents took them out to the States. They were from up north, Jersey and New York, and were brought back. And because they were born in DR, they were expecting, when we run across that situation a lot, to go back to DR, but they were returned back to Haiti. So even if you have a child with a Dominican Republic, right? Would that child ever have citizenship there in the country?
Um, they will have the yes, they'll have the cedula. That's what they call it, the ID. But they still not Dominican to most Dominicans. Now, there's some Dominicans that will say, they Dominicans because those people are people that go to school. They understand that, they were born here. They have the paper. They are Dominican, right? But some other Dominican will still think that you're not Dominican. But you will still have the paper though. Like I have my niece. She was born here. She has the papers. As soon as she's 18 years old, she could go and get the ID. She could
Mm.
get it.
So, but you have to claim it before it's not just offered to you. Like the
Yeah,
U.S., my kids who were born there, they're automatic citizens. You have to
yeah,
claim
yeah,
it. Okay, Mr. Jackson says, "Hey Maria, not just Haitians, but anyone who doesn't have something to trade or something of value will be treated differently because they are seen as another mouthpiece." Hmm, very
that's
true.
that's the same
Gerard,
thing I was talking about.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Geraldo Cadet. Oh wow! Even if you're born in DR, yes, that's crazy, right? Crazy. Duranda
yeah.
says, but I feel like Dominicans treat Americans differently. That's a fact, Duranda. And thank you for joining us live.
That's my
Clearly,
that's my that's my fiance, by the way. That's my fiance that
oh,
said that.
oh, thank you so much, Geraldo, for joining. Please be sure to
Yeah.
subscribe if you have yet to subscribe. But definitely, Americans are treated differently, and I guess that comes with the American economy. They know when they have Americans in the country, Americans are able to actually spend money. Now,
Hmm.
how's the corruption level too? Is it because I hear great things about DR, but a lot of people share things that says DR have a lot of the same Haiti corruption. How is that there? And can you like not go in details, but give us some example of some of the things that we think don't go on in DR yet does go on?
Okay, now let's talk about, that's something most Haitians, Haitians that live in Haiti or out the country, they always say that Dominican Republic, like it's a lot of security. Of course, it's not that bad, but don't get yourself outside like that. Even me, like where I live, it's certain place that I'm going, I do not go like walking around with my phone. I cannot do it. It's certain places you cannot walk around with your phone. Like your cell phone, you cannot. They're going to steal it. And the
Let
thing
them
is,
do.
that's one thing. One thing I wanted to mention is that they always think the Haitian guy has money, even though he does not work, certain good job. But they always think that they have money on them because they don't have a bank account. That's one thing. They always say
Bamjou
that.
sa ki pi red. Bamjou chay ke Haitien kote. With all the madness going on in our country, I do believe it's the lack of security which scares a lot of people. Okay.
Hmm.
But I hear that the crime rate in DR is higher than what it is in Haiti. Why are people more prone to going to Haiti to DR than Haiti? I mean, maybe you could share something different. Why is that? Because you more prone to crimes in DR than in Haiti, but people are so much more afraid of Haiti.
Hmm. Thing is, Dominicans sell like the way they sell themselves to other countries is totally different. Like when you go to a different country, when they compare Haiti and DR, they always think that Haiti is the worst country to go to because Dominican
Mm.
Republic, they show you the beach, they show you, the hotels, the resort they have, the Airbnbs, constructions they doing. They showing you the road, they showing you, the culture. That's what they show you. But Haiti, what you basically see is, the manifestation, c'est so souvent ouais, like, it's really
Mm.
different. That's why.
So, what about Haitians trying to go to school in the DR? Are they still not considered a resident?
Yeah, that's something else. If you going to school, you know, they're going to give you a paper, right? That you here and you are like you studying in the country. So it's certain paper you have that whenever you go outside, they stop you. You show that paper. They know that you student. You know, they're not going to do you bad because you have a paper.
Hmm. Now, Miss Geralda, since you are online, please don't get upset with this. But one of the things I want to do is open up Life in Haiti to an even bigger audience. Okay. One of the things is Haiti is this big, and the world is all around it. Okay, so different subjects is always very, very interesting. And I want to have a night where we do relationship discussion. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, okay? I checked out y'all's channel, and you all they are also YouTubers. How could I forget?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are also YouTubers. Just started their YouTube channel. So please, you all, let's go over there and to show them some love and support. Um, Relationship wise, what is it like for a young man or a young woman in DR coming from Haiti dating a Dominican Republican, a Dominican woman? And if it's a Haitian woman, how is it on a dating scale? Are we accepted? Are we? What is it like?
I would say we accept it depends on who you talking to, and the Dominicans now they love a Haitian with that. I, I don't want to say it in a way like I hurt people, but it's just kind of like okay, let's say you Haitian, you come here to work, trying to get your money and stuff, and you see a Dominican girl and you're trying to talk to her. You know what? If she does not love you, if she loves you, she's going to suffer with you, work with you, and trying to get things together. But they most likely want you to have something. You need to have some money. You need to have some money so they see that you could take them out. Go outside with them. Spend money on them. That's one thing. It's kind of hard. Relationship here in the art in Haiti is totally different. The way like they do things is different.
It's pretty much in the U.S. It's it's different. I can only imagine how different it is because most Haitian men are like lions. They want to dominate and they want to be in control and they want to be the provider. And when you're in a situation like that, it may be difficult for you to be the man that you want to be. And I don't know, I'm not saying this in a bad way. And I'm not supporting DR because eventually I will be visiting DR. But I've had it where God told me when he was dating a Dominican girl because he didn't have his paperwork, it had expired, he had to put up with her sleeping with other men to bring money into the house. Have you ever heard of that happening? Is that something that's done frequently?
Yeah, it happens where like your Dominican girlfriend can do some stuff to get money for you. Like more like going out, working out. Kind of like I don't want to put this in a bad way. Trying to talk bad about women and stuff. But it's more like they
Hey, it's not about in a bad way. It's about keeping it real, okay? Because
yeah,
guys, gason haisyen yo ka bat gouda yo ki vle soti pi al nan lot peyi sa yo. E pou yo konen sa ki val rive yo tou. E en pe
yeah,
medam yo, lo rive an ba, se pou kon ki jan pou kenbe kaw. So it's just a real conversation, real life conversation, my brother. And a lot of the time, we don't. The fact is uncomfortable. We don't want to touch base on that But I'm telling you, it is reality. And I know you talk about
Yeah.
relationships. You all talk about relationships. So share facts, you all. Please share the live with other people. Share facts. And unless you, I don't know. I don't want none of your friends to think you stepping on toes. The last time we come on YouTube, we start talking about something and people be mad. Yeah, Marie, I know you came my way asking them people this and that question. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, dude, I'm not even thinking about you. I'm doing my show. I'm doing my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but I mean, do you really see it like that? Does guys have to subject themselves to their women sleeping with other men for money and be okay?
It happened and they're okay with it, especially when they're not working and they gotta pay the bill. The thing is, Haiti and Dior is different because the bill is every month. Every month you gotta pay the house, the electricity, your internet, everything. So sometimes if your woman love you, she will go out there and she do what she gotta do, get the money. Yeah. But not all women though. Not all of them.
I don't
We're
know,
not
but and
we're
I
not
don't judge
generalizing
nobody because
anything.
I got all kind of people. Hmm.
Yeah. And one
Mm,
thing is, it's a lot of prostitution here. Like that's something that, like Haiti, it's not that much. Here, it's a lot. You could be outside. Next thing you know, someone just come up on you. It's different. Here is totally different.
mm, wow. So this stuff they just do it outside in the open too.
Yeah, like let's say you outside and you in a club, right? I remember one time I was in a club with my fiance. We were just drinking. Her sister was here. We were just drinking and stuff, and I didn't even know one woman was looking at me, but my fiance saw her, and she was just basically looking at me and see like, trying to talk. They basically gonna, talk to you. They don't, yeah, they will come up to you and, hey, what's up? You know, that's how it is.
Is give themselves up. You know, you got all sorts of different women too. Some of them they really don't even care. They just want to be a part of whatever the hell you got going. They don't care if you got a woman. They just come spend money on you for whatever reason. You got all sorts of different women. So is it
Yeah.
the same thing though? How are the Haitian women treated? How are we embraced by Dominican men? Is it the same thing? Do they expect the women to be their provider too?
One thing I'll say depends on the Haitian woman. Most Haitian women, when they come here, you know how Haitian, like in Haiti, they used to say like when a woman go to Dior, they go to just do the same thing Dominicans be doing, like prostitution and stuff. It's a lot of Haitian women here that just be working, doing business, studying. They doing, they doing a lot of things here. Not just what Haitians be saying that they doing. So when a Haitian woman, is dating a Dominican, the Dominicans sometimes, they see them differently because Haitian women are strong women. They different. They going to,
Right.
they strong and they really know what they want. They really know what they want. And they working hard. They do business. They man, I can't say that they do prostitution because it's a lot of Haitian women out here doing businesses. There is a place called La Duarte here. When you go over there, like you want to see a lot of Haitian women. They selling stuff. They doing stuff, businesses. You know, that's how I'll put it.
Mhm. So I know for all my Haitian women that are watching, we hear that. One of the things that I do know and I've mentioned this before, is that Haitian women, they keep Haiti going. They keep Haiti pushing. Why? When you look all over Haiti, who's out there from sun up to sundown, it is Haitian women that's continuously out there. You once you give us that opportunity, my brother, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna get it. And it's like I can use myself for an example. When I'm working, I can draw myself so bad, somebody else has to pull me out and say, girl, you gotta get some rest. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Because definitely when you're in a bad situation, trying to make the best of it, you just pushing until you think you've seen a spotlight, a little bit of light down the tunnel. So
Hmm.
I thank you. That is a very good compliment from a Haitian man that is living in the DR.
Yeah.
Haitian Impress says it really makes me sick how these other places love to oppress Haiti, knowing we assisted in their freedom with independence. I teach my kids we are number one.
That's really
Thank you
good.
so much, my sister. And that's one of the that's what's somewhat depressing.
Hmm.
Um, excuse me. I had a phone call to come in. That's
Okay.
what's sometimes depressing that other nations can, you know, be so quick to shove us to the side and like hold up when many of these countries we fought and helped them to obtain their freedom. But I
That's
don't
true.
know. My sister Kate says, make life in Haiti the hot spot. Please like, share. Please like and share with others around the world. Thank you so very much. Haitian Impress says, I hate that statement. You don't look Haitian. I didn't know we had a look. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, she heard that too.
You
Yeah.
don't sound Haitian. You know, I guess they
Yeah.
associate all Haitians with a dirty look, right?
A
Wow.
dirty look. A dirty look. And
JP
even
Bond
when,
says, I don't think it's a good suggestion because Haiti needs to help their own people. It's not the Dominican Republic responsibility to take care of Haiti. I'm Haitian, by the way. And I tell you what, I agree with you 100%. Because if we took care of our own house, we would not be running and dropping our problems off at other people's houses. We need to find a way to stabilize our own country so that so many people can stop packing up and running off. Maybe we can get you and your wife back to Haiti, and I'm guessing she's Haitian also, right? Or
yes,
do you
she's
have you a
Haitian.
Dominican over there?
No, she was born in the U.S., but she has Haitian family, her
Okay.
dad and mom.
And it,
I'll say she's Haitian. Yeah.
oh, okay. So maybe one of the reasons is because you hang out with her all day and y'all running around speaking English, right?
Not just that, because she don't come here all the time. She don't come here all the time. But me, like, let's say I'm outside and I'm at the supermarket. Sometimes, we have some conversation with people, and they will see that, okay, well, he looked good. The way he dressed and he smelled good. They'll tell you where you from. They're not going to be like, okay, you're Haitian. I automatically say that you're Haitian sometimes, but they will say like, where you from? You don't look Haitian. You know, because what they see Haitian as is kind of like dirty people, which is really bad. Whenever they say you don't look Haitian, I feel bad. You know, it's not good.
Mm. Carly L says, at Trigger 24 says, that's not an excuse for the horrible treatment. The thing is, Haitians are coming out of a bad situation. Many Haitians are already traumatized, okay? Um, I'm not sure what some of your experiences in your younger days, but a lot of people are running from Haiti from something terrible. And what's worse is the fact that in the process of trying to find life, you have some countries that make rules which clearly indicate that
Mary, 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 get out there. Mary, get out there. Come on. All right.
back.
It's coming back. All
I'm
right.
back. All right.
Yeah.
Some of the rules clearly are made to suppress Haitians. We have that big, that's a big subject in the U.S. You know, if you haven't been to the U.S., I can share with you. A lot
Mhm.
of the African Americans are always standing up with even some of the voting policies, some of the neighborhood policies which are put in place. It is made to directly target African Americans and or minorities. Carly says, at hold on a second, you all. Please share the live. Please share the live from Miss Cindy B.
Shut it live. Shut it live.
Hold on. Share the live, you all, with others. And I mean, if there is some things that you would like to share that you haven't touched base on, please share it.
Any
Internet's a
questions?
little slow, so
Any questions? I'll be
the
able to
Dominican
answer.
food are dumb. I live in the DR in Haiti, my car with Haitian plate. Okay, okay. My sister Cat, how's it going? How's it going? Third Mundo says, I think you don't know your own constitution because the Dominican born in Haiti can't get Haitian citizenship either. Well, I don't know how you would question it. If they don't have a Haitian citizenship, then how are they returned back to Haiti? Okay, and
Well,
this is a fact, all right? Haitians
um,
that were born in the DR that went to the US, they were returned right back to Haiti. And we've had several scenarios like that on the show. Number one, because it has nothing to do with them, it goes back to their parents. So let's say if mom and dad was in the situation we are described as passport, not a resident, and end up having a child. Let's say if that child was not born by the father wasn't Dominican or the mother wasn't Dominican, both were Haitians that got together in Haiti had a child. They do not get Dominican citizenship, and you are automatically considered a Haitian.
yeah,
Those are facts.
you have the ID, but some Dominican will definitely say you're not Dominican, even if you have the ID. You know, it's kind of like you have the paper, but you're not Dominican. You're not Dominican. And most Haitian born in Dior, they know that they're not Dominican. That's one thing. That's a
Mm,
fact.
mm. Stallion says, when I'm in the DR with a Haitian out and about, the police never stop the person with me. Hmm, maybe because you are an American. Maybe there's gangster bankster money there,
hey,
so
hey,
they would not.
as soon look, as soon as you speak and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" They already know this guy is not Haitian. But
Telling you.
go and tell them, "Come on, yeah." See what they're gonna tell you.
It'd be a different story then, right?
Different story.
Yeah.
Different language,
Brother
different
Provo,
story.
different story. Says it was okay because I stayed in the hotel. I met a lot of Haitian people. And we're not talking about tourism in DR, okay? We're talking about actual citizens of DR, okay? Citizens of DR themselves. So For those of you that are Americans that travel into PR, that meet Haitians, um, I'm hoping that you wouldn't mistreat them because you already have sense enough to understand the situation most Haitians are coming out of. We are speaking on Dominicans, on how they really, really treat Haitians. That chick Jersey girl, some Dominicans want to get to the US, so they think the grass is always greener. That's right.
That's right.
Natty Slim says hello. How's it going? How's it going, Natty? JB, when police stopped me, I had my papers in order and was legal. You have some arrogant police that would try to extort you. Even native Dominicans have the same issue. So, my brother, please tell us a little bit of what you are doing with your channel, okay?
Hmm.
Because I know you have a channel. Let us know
Yeah.
what you are doing with that channel, and so we can share the link to get more people on the show.
Yes. My channel, we basically talk about, long distance relationship. We'll be doing a lot of vlogs and stuff and share like, places that we go to, traveling, and also our, relationship story, how we met, how we, started dating, and then everything about our relationship.
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, Mary. I couldn't see it, but
So you say the channel is all about relationships.
yeah, relationship, long distance relationship mostly, and also sharing our, story, how people view, because I live in the US, she was born and raised in the US. Some people would say like, okay, she's with her. I mean, he's with her for paper and stuff, and which is not true. And most people think when you with somebody that from the US, you just want the paper. So we basically want to talk about all these things and really share what we have going on.
Mm. So I want to thank you too for being open enough to sharing that experience because some people would not even mention that. A lot of times people are judgmental because they make assumptions, yet sometimes that may not be the facts surrounding the situation.
Hmm. That's true.
So
And
I want to okay, I'll apologize. 1 second, real quick. I'm gonna let you speak. Um, my sister Arlene, I've shared it with you and Kay. Both of you all, can you all please share the link to their channel? Please, you all, let's go and support them. I do plan on bringing you all back to the show.
hmm yeah,
Um, Bringing your wife back. Is your wife around? She definitely can stop by and say hello to the audience if she's near. Uh, and if she
um,
wants to. I do plan on bringing you all back, maybe on relationship night,
yeah,
to talk more about different subjects on show. So you all
yes.
please check their link out. What is some of your goals for your channel? What are some of your goals? What are some of the things you'd like to accomplish before the end of the year with your channel?
Um, we basically want to. Our goal is to basically um, share what we have and how people view long distance relationship, because people really have some negative thoughts about you know people that have a relationship with somebody that live in a foreign country, and how as a Haitian girl, living in Dominican Republic, how the parents of your your girlfriend see you, like how they see you, what they think, what they automatically think when they think about you living in Haiti or Dominican Republic. Who are you? Why are you with my daughter? So it's basically what we want to share, and our goal is to basically show people a different face of relationship, long distance relationship.
So you all please stop by, check out his link, give some love and support to their channel. It is free to subscribe, you all. So please share the live with others and definitely subscribe to their channel as they begin their growing journey. Trivia 24 says, with all the problems of Haiti, these people have nothing to do but talk bad at the only people in the Caribbean that help Haiti and Haitians. Uh, nobody's talking bad about them. But the reality is, see, the thing is, people don't want to accept reality. Okay, Trigger, you may have had a different experience, and maybe you Haitian, and you might be one of them that they say don't look Haitian, so you don't get the same uh, look or response that other Haitians get. But it's just like some people saying don't promote certain things about Haiti. Why do the whole world promote certain things about Haiti? It's because it is a mass of it, okay? Anybody that's in the right state of mind cannot just promote mansions in Haiti when you have 90% of the country that lives in poverty too. What about them? So that's like you trying to tell me nothing bad goes on with African Americans or stuff like that in the U.S. You don't talk about it because we feed you and we give you welfare, we this and we that. It is what it is. If they are mistreated, if there are rules in place that is unfair, I was raised in the U.S. I'm telling you, some of the rules, my opinion, that the DR has is their rules to protect their land, okay? But it is not the most welcoming rules towards Haitian people. No one deny
Sure.
the fact that you have a better system. It's clear you do because so many people want to travel and cross the border. They have a better life. It's more modernized. The government loves their people. The people love their country. That's what we need to adapt in Haiti. But let's not deny the fact that people of Haitian descendants are mistreated in DR. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's like saying that some of the stuff that happens with police and African Americans uh, needs to be ignored. Finally, we got body cams, right, to show certain proof. But for many, many years, when people were hollering it, there was no proof. And their lawyers are bigger than yours, okay? They union lawyers paid to come out with a proof. You got this one man, what? You get what I'm saying? So we're not here to bash DR because obviously DR has been a great assistance towards Haiti. But the truth remains that Haitians aren't treated the best way. You have a Haitian person telling you that. I have
Yeah.
Americans living in DR telling me the same thing. These are facts. Let's not be delusional to facts of life, you all. Just like certain things that's going on in Haiti, it is fact. I can no longer be upset with people when they say these things because we promote it. We make it a fact.
Yeah. That's true.
So, I mean, what do you have to say on that comment?
I'll have to say that you have to kind of like when you come to DR, don't just go to a resort. When you go to the resort, you don't really see how the people live, and that goes for any not Haitian American, any American, like African American. When you go to the DR, don't just go to the resort. You have to go to the local, like to see how the people are living. It's not easy. Even Haitians, you have to go out there and talk to the people and ask them how they treat them. It's not like I'm telling you guys that because I want you guys to see it yourself. Ask a Haitian in Dominican Republic and tell them, ask them how they treating you, how the police treat you, how you have to go over there and ask the people over there,
Not
not
a,
just the
that's the
resort.
reality. I'll be over there. I'll be over there. And one thing for sure, when I go there, I will not just
Yeah,
be hanging out at the resort to
yeah,
be with the Almighty, high and Almighty. Because
Yeah.
one thing about me, my brother, I tell people all the time, I don't give money no value because you can build your mansion on earth, but you can't take it with you. So you always keep that in mind. So that's why some of these stuff that people we do to each other, keep in mind, life is fast, okay?
Yeah.
You can't take none of that with you. So be careful how you treat people.
True.
JP Ball says, JP Ball is the imperfecture, Marie. You can live U.S. status if you can afford it. DR is also cheaper than Haiti. We Haitians need to start working with agriculture to slow down imports. Mm. Trivia says Haitian needs to embrace Christianity and stop being so hateful, resentful, and ungrateful. I'm out. You have a blessed night, my brother. You took it too personal, but you be blessed. One Reel says this is like the best 100 video on YouTube. How Haitians are treated in DR. Almost like y'all expected something terrible to be said. Philly Dub made so many videos on this subject. And big up to Philly. Big up to Philly. Big up, real one. And I'm telling you, Philly living there. I've seen many videos of Philly being so overwhelmed, being stressed. And I do believe if Haiti we had the security that, everybody can kind of have a peace of mind with so much that's going on in our country right now, he'd have probably been back to Haiti. Why is that? And he's an American. But someone with compassion, someone with a heart, is not going to be okay with seeing people treated that way in front of them and just be okay with it when his own father is Haitian. If Philly has family members back here in Haiti that aren't rich Haitian people. And I know
Yeah.
this for a fact because damn near all Philly's family members are my close friends. So I know them.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, my brother, so very much. Let's end it on a positive note. We're not bashing nobody. We're just speaking on the reality of how Haitians are really, really treated. You know what? Some
Yeah.
subjects you are, unless you are able to definitely relate, you can never relate. When
Mm-hmm.
something happens towards a group, whether it's Hispanic, if it's white, if it's black, you may not ever understand Indian, Native Americans. You could never understand their passion. You could never understand why they are tripping the way they do because you're not walking in their shoes. I'm not in Haitian shoes right now. But one of the things I do know, even if I was to go to DR today, whether I had money or not, I can easily fool them. You know why? Why? Because of my language.
Yeah.
I speak English. So they can easily, the trickster got tricked. They could think, oh, she has money, this and that, all because of the way I speak English. She's not a normal Haitian. She's not Haitian. She don't talk like a
They
Haitian.
they they
No,
will say
that's
you're not Haitian at
mm-hmm.
all. They will say that you're not Haitian at all. And one other thing that they will say is that even though you tell them that you Haitian, they will actually tell you, okay, you Haitian, but you Haitian, but you're not Haitian. That's something they usually say in Spanish. Eres haitiano, pero
Yeah.
no tú no eres haitiano en verdad, pero eres haitiano, pero, that's something they say in Spanish. You know, when they
Mm-hmm.
say that, you have to let them know sometime. Sometime I let them know, man. I educate them too because one thing is that it's a lot of Dominican that don't know the story, that don't really know where they came from, that don't really know, who Haitians are. Imagine growing up, all you've been listening, like hearing to is that Haitians are bad people. Haitians are bad people. Haitians don't have
And that's
money.
not true.
Haitians are ugly.
That's
Like
not true.
that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
as a
not true.
kid, yeah, like they
That's
never
not true.
go and look that up. They never really go and really search it up and really be like, okay, whoa, Haitians are not like I think it was. Like some Dominicans do have respect for Haitians. because they go and search it up and see like who you are. Like if you come here, depends on where you go. You're going to see Dominicans talking to you, man. I really have mad respect for you Haitians. I really respect you guys. I really, some of them, but not, like, there's some Dominicans that will disrespect you. They will definitely disrespect you, even on the internet, where like they kind of like talk bad about Haitians. I don't like that. I feel bad. Sometimes I
And
feel
there's
really
gossip.
bad.
But you know what? One of the things about social media, when you promoting positivity, that's always a problem. But
Yeah.
let me get on here and start talking about what one of my brothers that's a YouTuber is doing. Then it'll be something different because a lot of people they don't even, I don't think we realize we gravitate towards that madness, but we do. So I can
Mm,
see them getting whatever they're getting or having a bunch of like-minded people entertaining that. But I'm Haitian. I'm not a bad person. My mother is Haitian. She's not a bad person. My father and many others. All right. One of the things about Haitians, Haitians are very strong people, spiritual people. If Haitians wasn't praying, can you imagine with everything that's been going on around the world? Now, I'm not saying it's just prayer that saved us, but I believe it had a lot to do with it. Okay, I do believe God is somewhere. He has His hands on us tough, and it is from the prayers of the Haitian people. A lot of our people, especially living in Haiti, the way they think and act is because of a lack of education. And I've always said this, even some of the people in high seats with high positions, they have a lack of education too. I don't
that's
care
true.
what they say. You
That's so
know,
true.
my fifth grader can definitely outsmart them, even in their own language. Okay, so that's where a lot of the problems come in at, and that is what we definitely need to invest in. Look, Stallions, you carry $2. You all get the lights up, guys, from
Yeah.
Stallion. Thank you so very much, Stallion. JP Ball says dating is no problem. Haitians that dress well and work out will have no problem getting Dominican women. Actually, you need money. Dominican women are all about their money.
They
Guyana
do.
is gone. Fortunately, my stupid government are sending the Haitians back home from my country because the government is crazy, even to its own black citizens. I would have loved the Haitians to stay. It's crazy, And
Hey,
then too, if everywhere we go there's a problem, I'm gonna let you speak. If everywhere we go there's a problem, we need to look at ourselves too, okay?
yeah.
Because we can't go because people want us to be an asset. I come into my country, I want to be an asset to Haiti. So Haitians have to start making themselves available to be an asset. Be willing to ask for school. Be willing to not ask for something, but learn a skill which they could pay taxes and apply themselves back into the country and actually make themselves better too by learning to read, write that language. We have to start doing some self checks too as far as our behavior. If we check it at time, nous dit
Oui.
l'employeur, puis que en pile fois c'est vrai, oui, nous connaissons qu'il y a un bagage côté n'importe quoi aller, moun nan maltraite, c'est vrai. Mais
Mhm.
combien si tout le monde gagne dans tout côté gen problème avec nous, ok? C'est
Mhm.
pour nous même tout nous commencer à checker cette can. Men le bagay, si ou men nou pa konen, e lem di sa, mette tet mwen la dan. Mpa di, mpa sa pou point dwet di ou men ou men. Si gen
Yeah.
le bagay nou pa konen, se pou nou ki Québécois nou ouver pou nou apren. Pou nou pa
Mhm.
violent, pou nou pa paresse, pou nou pote tet nou tou. Un pik gwo bagay m genyen, un problem genyen avek an pil moun Haiti, se de pote. That's a
Yeah.
fact. One of my biggest problems with Haitians is keeping it clean, y'all. But they have to be taught. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be willing to. So when people say, hey, this is not so clean, you be willing to learn how to do it. And don't be so mean towards the people of Haiti and your country because you cannot expect things from a person that they just don't know how to give because it has never been exemplified,
That's so true.
right?
That's so true. That is true.
Mm.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say that when you
Haitian
say stuff,
Impress says that trigger from the uh-huh.
go
You
ahead.
can speak, my brother.
Go ahead.
No, you can speak. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go
No.
ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to share something about the education because he said, get it Haitian come see. Like it's a lot of things that they do is because of the education. It's so true that it's a lot of things that they do here too is because of like the education. Certain stuff that they don't know. When they go to a country, it's the way you have to treat yourself so that people from that country respect you. So that they see you differently.
Hmm.
Yeah.
One day Haiti will rise again. Um, I do believe that. I think we just need to start educating the youth. The youth need to be educated in our country so that we can start instilling some stuff in them right now so that we can represent our country in a different light. I always say everybody around the world, wherever you are at, if it's Israel, Ghana, Africa, Somalia, America, Canada, France, we Swiss, we are all an ambassador of Haiti, okay? So we must represent Haiti to the best of our ability.
True.
You are. So I thank you so very much, my brother. If
Hmm.
we actually want to benefit ourselves economically with the narrative of helping children, and don't come to DR because you will be just another Dominican hater that we want to stay in DR. Oh, Lydia Garcia, you be blessed. You be blessed. Uh, Personally, I I'd rather passer misère la caille moi avant mal passer misère la caille l'autre monde.
That's one by God.
That's
That's one
what
by
people
God.
don't know. Like I'm in Haiti and I hate the scenario in Haiti. One of the things for sure, my brother, I'd much rather represent Haiti and do what I do continuously than to go to other people's country and there be treated a certain type of way. So
Yeah.
I'd much rather be in Haiti before I go in another country and be mistreated.
Sure. The country. The thing is, one thing I'll say to plutôt me dire ça que si bon mon haïtien qui attendait, c'est que ouais mais Haïti quelquefois gen doit faire li ka fò pa apren ekip bagay, kompren? Li gen do a fè ou pa sou apren nan yon kek fwa, pase lò wè kom si koman peyi ap avanse, ou gen do a fè msouke, ou pa sou apren, ou di sou apren sa, ou pa gen koto ba travay, sou apren sa, ou pa gen moun ka pe do avel pou fè kob, ou gen do a bay vag, ou kompren? So mwen map di kon sa pa bay vag, kontinye apren nepot bagay,
Mm-hmm.
nepot sa li apren ne, ou kompren? Toujours apprendre, toujours enseigner à apprendre parce que c'est vous-même qui parle les pays, c'est vous-même qui pourra le job demain. Vous comprenez? C'est vous-même qui pourra créer le business, c'est vous-même qui pourra le faire sur pour faire dans n'importe promotion, n'importe position. Vous comprenez? Vous pourrez aller des pays. So, vous connaissez grand pile c'est comme si, like, Haïti, il y a du senti, yo bouquet, pas capable encore, pour que ça paye l'université, parce que là, on finit l'école là, leur fin l'université et puis ils vont travailler. Ou bien ils vont payer comme pour le toucher. Imagine le monde a dépensé en quantité comme dans l'étude et puis là fini dans côté là travail là, il pas rien comme pour payer. Il pas capable ça pour ta supposé. Ça pour ta supposé, il pas capable. So it's something that
Mm.
I wanted to share, like parce que on est en pile haïtien bouquet, on va étudier encore, on a juste plus chita woman, on
Mm.
il est pas bon comme ça.
That's right. We want to push to continue to educate people in our country. Once people of Haiti start getting that education that can kind of combat with other countries to a level, then I do believe our people would start moving towards a different direction and understanding exactly where they need to go to, to be successful.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody,
Italian foods. When I was in the Dominican Republic in 2013, I had wife number one with me. She is a Guyana that came to the U.S. She was treated VIP because the people knew she was from the U.S. It's all about the money.
yeah.
What's the name of your channel? What's the name of your channel? The name of it.
Let me put that right now. Can I put it in the chat?
Yes, definitely. You can share the link in the chat with everybody else so that people can visit your
Okay.
channel. So
Oh,
I just wanna, they will
yeah.
crawl out. I noticed. I don't take it personal. It's just what's truth. I don't dislike the DR, but and I'm definitely am not for our peoples being mistreated.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I'll
Look,
put it in
the
the chat.
you carried five people, five people. Thank you so very much. The cannons,
Yeah.
how y'all doing? At that chick jersey says they know you are a gangster bankster. Stallion. The cannons, you carried a total of 15 people. 15 people. So
Yeah.
try. Nora's mission says try being white in Haiti or GR. That's true. A lot of you all get victimized too because, it's all about money, the price gouging. Yeah. So everywhere, everybody have their ups and downs. Jamaican on the go says, hold on a second. Love from Jamaica to the beautiful people of Haiti. Thank you so very much. Wilson G says Jamaicans are loved everywhere in the Caribbean and in Africa. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Miss Cindy B says, I just subscribed also, looking forward to your content. So you all
Yeah.
please stop by and give them a visit. Jay say, preach Marie, let these small-minded mother F knows what's up. But on the real, I didn't know Haitians had a specific look. Me
Mm.
neither. That's just being funny. When they say that, it's not actually a look, it's because you're clean. It's because your hair is clean.
Yeah.
Um, it's not that you look different.
Yeah. It's not like you look different. It's basically
It's
you
a
clean.
facial expression.
Yeah. So that's why they see Haitians as dirty people. So if you clean, you're not Haitian. It's really bad. Like whenever they tell me something like that, I feel bad. I feel, and I tell them, man, that's not okay to tell someone. Don't tell people that. Some people will get offended and they can tell you certain stuff. I always educate Dominican because sometimes I feel like it's a lack of education they have when it comes to just how they talk to you as an Haitian person. How they see you as an Haitian person. They don't really know, anything about the history. They don't know anything about your country. Why your country is the way it is. You know, they think everybody in the country is bad people. They think, like it's a lack of education. Yeah,
Not true. Lack of
not true.
education on both parts.
But for yeah,
3396 says Haitians are treated like trash in the DR. I am 1,000 Haitian. I'm an active duty soldier in the United States Army. I used to work at the U.S. Embassy in the DR as a DOD liaison. Um, Thank you for
Hmm.
your comment. Thank you. Charlene says, "Hey Mary, hello Charlene, how's it going?" Walden Zachary says, "I can't tell you how us Haitians are treated in Brazil. Far way better than DR. My girlfriend is Brazilian, soon to be married." Hmm.
It's true.
33 Naughty says, "Them Dominicans will swear up and down that I'm not Haitian because I wear the United States Army uniform and I speak English. I be cussing them out in English." Oh, Maggie Roberts, you carried three people, three people. Thank you
Yeah.
so very much for your
Yeah.
love and support of life in Haiti. Walden says, "Rising of Haiti won't be far from me. I am staying away from that place." You need a little
Mhm.
bit of structure. You definitely do.
Yes, that's true.
Maggie says, hold on a second. Maggie says, "I was under the impression that Dominican didn't like to mix with other nationalities." Hmm. Juan Carlos Santana says, "Keep up the good work. I support your
Good
channel."
channel.
Thank you so very much. You've carried two people, two people. Thank you. And may the Lord continue to bless you all. You all, in the
Hmm.
end, one of the things we must keep in mind on a lighter note, we're just here in passing. People don't want to hear this forever. Nobody's here forever. All these rules we making to set up territories and keep this and that out, make Haiti great, make America great, all of that is great, okay?
Hmm.
But until you realize we are here on an assignment,
Hmm.
work towards that assignment, my brother. I encourage you to continue to be a light as far as Haitians. I'm
Hmm.
glad that they are able to perceive you as a different type of Haitian and continue to share their light with other Haitians so that they can learn. Encourage them to learn English because English open doors for you anywhere you go in the world. Okay.
That is
Thank you
true.
so very much for watching. Thank you for spending time with us, with me on the show.
Hmm.
I mean, any last words, anything you'd like to share? We have a lot of comments. If you like to, I don't know if you have somewhere to go. I don't want to keep you too long. I mean,
Yeah.
you let me know.
Yeah, but I'll definitely be back here. I'll be back with my fiance. That way, you could talk to her and ask her a question about how she see the relationship we have and how long distance relationship. How's it been for her? Everything. So when we're back here, we're going to talk more. We're most definitely going to
That's
talk
right.
more. Yeah.
Thank you so very much. You have a blessed one, my brother. And of course, you are welcome on the show. And
Yeah.
please, you all check out his channel. They're new, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to start a channel. You know, it is difficult being a YouTuber. It's not easy.
Yeah. It's
Takes a
not
lot
easy.
to keep people's attention and to keep them coming back. So I
Yeah.
encourage you not to get discouraged, even when it looks grim up front. You continue to keep pushing and keep pushing for what you love and enjoy doing.
Definitely, and I'll say thank you to everybody, asking questions, and I'll say thank you to you guys, and I'll definitely be back here, and me and Mary and my fiance will be back here. Yeah. All
Definitely,
right.
definitely. Thank you so much. Aaron says the DR would be speaking French today if Boyer wasn't selfish. France knew Haiti couldn't pay that money. They just wanted to take over all of it. Camilla, we paid for immunity by ourselves. Hmm. Whew.
That's something
My
interesting, and
brother, you have a
that's
blessed one.
yeah.
Thank
I
you
wanted
so very much for joining us. I enjoyed you. Thank you, and I'm sure the people enjoy the show too.
they did. Thank you, Mary, and thank you to everybody. Okay, I'll talk to you. Can you hear me?
Thank you, my brother. So before we tonight, talking to you too. Talking to you later. So before we leave out, you all, I want to continue to bring up the project at hand. All right, you all, we are sponsoring children. In the GoFundMe, we have raised $995. To each and everyone who has sponsored a kid through the GoFundMe, I want to tell you all thank you. Thank you so very much for supporting this project. We are on a mission. 25 kids, you all. Simple to do that, 2,600 US dollars. Let's continue to push. Please get in contact with me. There are previous videos you could watch. Look out for the upcoming uploads to you all on a project recently uploaded. I know you all seen the video where we was going through the Matissa area, one of the most dangerous areas in Haiti right now, you all. So I ask you all to keep that area lifted up in prayer. Keep the displaced people in Haiti up in prayer. Their situations is real. The life is real. The need is real. So you all don't forget. On a lighter note, for all of my peoples that are watching, y'all know I hate negativity, okay? I love everybody, and I don't ever want to promote any sort of hate just for the views, negativity for the views. Yet I am a realist, you all, and I believe in exposing what's real, what's fact, okay? Certain things we don't want to accept it because it's a sensitive situation. But keep in mind, in our culture and in many other cultures around the world, we have it bad where we keep secrets, where we want to push things under the rug. And that is why those things manifest and they continue to multiply. We can go into all sorts of subjects with this. Tonight's subject was a sensitive subject. I don't speak Spanish well. I can't send this message in Spanish. But for the many Dominicans that are living in DR, we ask that you embrace Haitian. We're not asking for you to just open doors and let them in, yada, yada, yada. But we are asking for you to have a heart and understand that many Haitians that leave Haiti are leaving a bad situation. They are traumatized and they don't need that extra punch. They don't need to be hurt. They don't need to be dragged around because in Haiti, they have dealt with that enough. They're looking for an escape. Give our peoples a chance because Haitians are hardworking people. Contrary to what they say about Haitian people, you may not have met a great Haitian person. I was raised by a great Haitian woman, so keep in mind that not all Haitians are bad people. Can't say all whites are bad people. You can't say all Hispanics are bad people. Stay on the subject, okay? And let's not bash a whole country, a whole race because of the mistakes of a few. So thank you all so very much for staying live with me tonight, for watching, for interacting. Thank you all. I will see you all Wednesday at 7. God bless you all and kindly you all. Don't forget, check out the GoFundMe. Check out the description. And son pwe kam fè wè pou moun mwen yo kap gade an. Paske di map mette 25 ti moun l'ekol, ba un kote kob sa ap soti, men deja konen ke tout sa ki atache avek Life in Haiti, di deja fet. Pa gen l'ekol fet pab, men sam konen mka fe, mka peye, mka ede pou lot ti moun ale nan l'ekol ki deja estable. So, partajel avec l'autre monde. En pile bagay que moun di de pays nous, c'est peut-être nous pas gain éducation dans le pays. Et se yon bagay nou bezon chanje. Merci en pile tout le monde. So some people, if I don't get to read your comments, Linda says, "I'm both Haitian and Dominican. Been there." Diana says, "Anti-blackness is what is driving this against the Haitian people." My Haitian husband is very aware of his hygiene codes. I think he'd be scared to go out without cologne. Thank you all so very much. God bless you all. Till next time.